Welcome, listeners. This is the one about reframing our thoughts, how to process stress in a better way. We will talk about redecorating our mind, replanting thoughts, and repotting new ideas. And as my friend Alan puts it, changing the video in our brain. We don't have to live with constant anxiety, fear, worry, doubt, self-doubt, frustration, or regret if we have the tools to look at life differently. Don't take things so personal. So, for example, when a car runs you off the road, they don't know you personally, so there's nothing to take personal. There's just something going on in their life where they're like that. So don't feel you have to carry it with you to work and be angry all day and let it ruin your life and your mind. A boss yells at you. Something's happening with him. You know your level of work. If there's something you did that you think needs correcting, then own up to it and then say, okay, he shouldn't have had it to yell that way, but at least he's right, I need to correct it. If you think he's wrong, then just know that you didn't do anything wrong and it's just him, it's not you. So don't take things so personal. You apply for a job, you get a job reduction, it's not personal. They don't know you. They don't know how wonderful you are. If they did, they'd hire you. So just take things in a different way. Look at things differently. So let's understand how our mind works. Although most of our brain is formed at an early age, we can still learn new things later in life if we allow ourselves to replant and repot things in our mind. So for example, during our life, we grow up with people telling us we can't do this, we can't do that, with limitations on what we feel we can do. But we can get there if we just change the negative thinking, stinking thinking, with positive thinking. If we tell ourselves we can, surround ourselves with people that support our dreams and our goals. Change who you surround yourself with, and you'll have a whole new support team. If it's someone close to you, like family, that's putting negative thinking in your head, just know that they're not capable of doing anything better. It's still not personal because they don't know how wonderful you are. They're not capable of realizing or seeing it. So let it go and just know that you're going to start fresh with a new group of support people and with new goals to take yourself into a light of planting positive thoughts in your head that you can do things. Later on, we'll talk about certain tools that you can use for that. And repotting means when a plant gets too big for the pot that it's in, you have to take it out and replant it in a bigger pot that will welcome more growth. And that's what you have to do with your brain. Plant ideas in your mind to grow, expand new things in your life to allow yourself to become the fullest, best version of yourself you can be. So that's repotting. Our brain is a fertile garden of cells that perform different functions. Sometimes we need to exercise the cells to activate different abilities like memory, agility, problem solving, etc. So there are tools that you can use for memory. And we'll cover that in another session, but you can rebuild and strengthen all these parts of your brain to be better at whatever you want to do. A lot of people start out later in life and have to learn new languages, and they do it fine. Or they learn a sport later in life. They can do it, you can do it also. You just have to reprogram your brain in a positive way. And you will do that as you hear these lessons and the tools that we're going to give. We are allowed to change our circumstances. We are. The right thinking can create powerful actions. And the book, The Secret, which has been out a long time, talks about the law of attraction. I believe in the law of attraction. We attract what we put out to the universe. So if we put out good thoughts and self-belief, then these things will come to us. And look up the law of attraction and look up the book, The Secret, and I'll do a separate podcast on law of attraction, but I really believe in it. Know who we are and what our positive traits are. So this is very important. We need to understand ourselves. So one of the ways to do that is to make a list of who we think we are, what kind of person we think we are. Are we kind? Are we generous? Are we understanding? Are we a good listener? Are we a good communicator? What do we perceive ourselves to be? Just put it down there. Put down your positive traits on paper. The reasons why people would like you, would enjoy being with you. And Then, after your positive traits, create some kind of self-talk for yourself. We'll go into doing positive affirmations a little later in this episode, but you need to develop some kind of self-talk. My mom always did that all of her life, and she was an accomplished author and psychologist and a wonderful human being and taught me a lot. And I believe that if you talk to yourself in a positive way, that you will allow yourself to become what you need to be for the things that you're doing in your life. I was nervous about doing this podcast, and on the way over there, I kept telling myself, I can do this, I'm well prepared, I know that people will value what I say, and I was giving myself the wherewithal to produce a calm podcast. But everyone gets nervous or rattled during things in their life. It happens, it's normal, but give yourself self-talk to enable you to get past that. So now we're going to talk about something that I covered once in my introduction podcast, but it's important to know when you know yourself what you want to do in your life. So to do that, we use the acronym LG and P. LG, let's say the appliance manufacturer, if you want to remember it that way, and NP for no problem. And what it is you want to look at the things that you like to do. What do you like to do in your life? And what are you good at? And of those things you like and the things that you're good at, what does the world need for N? And then P is what can you get paid doing? So if you're trying to establish where you're going in your life, use this as a tool to try to pinpoint some things that you enjoy doing that you're good at and that you can get paid to do. And now you can take that and the traits that you just wrote down, all the positive things about yourself, what kind of person you are, and you can look and see what fits with the work that you could possibly do for money. Maybe you're already doing it, but you can always use this to see if you can develop anything further or go anywhere else in your company or in your growth or in your business. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is freshening ourselves up. Well, when your towels get dirty, your clothes get dirty, what do? You wash them and freshen them up. So in the same way, wash away negative thinking. If we don't like a color of something in our house, we can change it. Easy. So if something in our thoughts are preventing us from becoming happy or successful, change it. Redecorate your mind. That's where redecorating comes in. We do it in our life. We change things up. Change up your mind. We can do it. Have you ever looked at a picture, but the frame was distracting and you couldn't enjoy the true beauty of the picture? So it just wasn't right. Something just wasn't right. So if you change the frame on the picture, now you can enjoy and appreciate the picture to its fullest because now the frame matches, it goes, it just seems to fit in. In the same way, you have to frame your mind so that you can be appreciated to the fullest. Let people appreciate you more. Reframe your thinking, which is why this podcast is being aired. And we can do that. Everyone can do that if they want to. Just change certain things about the way we think. If food doesn't taste good, what do? We throw it away and we make something good that tastes good. I mean, that's what we do. So if there's any traits or thought process that is limiting you, replace it with something else. Just like you replace food with something else if you don't like it. So this is something that definitely will help. Now, sometimes solutions are right in our fingertips. For example, if we want food or fruit to last longer, we can use a vacuum container or a fruit saver. Vacuum containers are very inexpensive. They can be gotten online. They pump the air out and they keep things longer. And in the same way, if stress or anxiety comes over us, put it in a temporary vacuum and take several deep breaths and hold it and about 4 seconds and let it out slowly and do this a few times. And I think you will see that you can then try to tackle the problem in whatever is causing the stress or anxiety in a calmer way. And then you have to ask yourself, can I do anything to stop this stress or anxiety? If yes, take action and do it. If you can't, let it go. Don't let it affect you and ruin your day. Why let that person win any more, or that event win any more than what already happened and ruin your whole day or affect your attitude or affect your health? So these are some things that I wanted to share. Um, we just have to change our thinking process. Makes all the difference in the world. You know, when I was doing sales training and I had salesmen go out on calls, they would go to a call and they'd get rejected. They would be told, we don't want what you have. And then they'd go to another sales call and they'd be told, no, I'm sorry, we're not interested. They'd come back so dejected. And by the time they wanted to go to the third sales call, they're just saying to themselves, they're not going to buy anyway. I might as well not even go. I used to tell them, get in your car and I want you to scream at the top of your lungs, raising your hands to the ceiling of the car, ah, and scream and let it all out and let out that anxiety and that frustration. And then calm down and look at what benefits you have to offer. Understand the other company's needs and present a clear picture logically of what they need, why you can fill it, and go to your sales call. And that seemed to work for them. You can transform yourself to be enough for most situations. If you want to fly a plane, take lessons. You want to golf, take lessons. Any skill or sport, you just have to learn. You can't be frustrated that you don't know how to do something. You just have to learn it and try it and practice it. And if it's a talent, you can go online and you can learn magic tricks. You could learn to sing. You could learn anything online. Such a world we live in today. So if there's something you want to enhance or something you want to do, even learning a new language, so many tools for free are online to learn and be better at anything we want to be more interesting as a person. We just have to want to learn and understand that we can transform ourselves. We can be what we want to be. Take example, 11-year-old Andres Valencia. Now, he at 5 years old started drawing and his parents thought it was cute and all the friends and neighbors said, oh, it's cute. But he decided that he was going to do it professionally. And he started exhibiting and people say, oh, look at that 11-year-old, isn't that cute? And a couple of years ago, he went to Hong Kong for an exhibition and he sold $50,000 worth of his art. And people said, oh, people felt sorry for him, 11-year-old from a foreign country. And then a year later, he sold, I think, $100,000 at Art Basel. That was here in Miami a couple of years ago. And they said, oh, look at him. He was 10 at the time. Now, at 11 years old, he went to Art Miami 3 months ago. And he sold $1.3 million of art 3 months ago. I have a picture of some of his work. It's amazing. I don't know if I can pull it up, but it's just it's really wild. Let me see if I can pull it up. If you can see it on the camera. Okay, if you can see it, they call him a young Picasso. It's amazing. You can look him up, Andres Valencia. So if you have the desire, if you have a budding talent for something, have the confidence to try to do something with it. Give it a shot. What do you have to lose? If you have a child in your family that has talent, let them develop it. What do you have to lose? You could have another Andres Valencia in your family. You don't know. Until you try, you just don't know. And what's the worst thing that can happen? If you try something or your child tries something and you don't make it, isn't it the same thing as if you never tried at all? You never tried, you never get anywhere. So try, please, for your sake, try to fulfill your destiny, your dreams, your goals. And I'll do something on goal setting later, but just write down things you may be interested in doing. Make yourself like an adjustable wrench. Have you ever had a tool at home, an adjustable wrench? It fits any situation. That's what you need to do. Be an adjustable wrench. Try to adapt to situations to be the best version of you that you can be. Break problems into biteable pieces. You wouldn't shove a whole pizza in your mouth at once. So why try to tackle a whole problem at one time? Solve your problems one piece at a time. Okay, I'd like to cover something on decision making. Ben Franklin, when he had to make a decision, he made 2 columns. One column was the reason to do things, and one column was the reasons not to do it. If you have to make a decision, just make that sheet of paper and try to look at all the reasons for, all the reasons against, and try to put something together. Some books that you might think to look at, depending what you're trying to do. If you're looking at Success, Consciousness, and Business, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. He also wrote Master Key to Riches. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. This book, these are old books, but these are masters. And this book will help you to interact with people and know what you're doing in most situations socially. See You at the Top by Zig Ziglar. I love Zig Ziglar. He is a tremendous person. He passed away. If you listen to him, he has a Southern accent. His books, his audio tapes are amazing. Please listen to him. He wrote a book called See You at the Top. There's also the book Magic of Thinking Big. Okay, now I want to talk about some things I wanted to share. When I was in college, my professor taught me PITAT. Procrastination is the thief of time. When I was asked when I would do a podcast or write a book, I would reply when I got around to it. Then one day, one of my friends brought me a little wooden coin, that had the words round to it, T-U-I-T, on the back of it. I thought it was adorable. I got the message. If you wait for the things to get around to it, you'll never get around to it. So you have to do it. Just take an effort, make an effort, and put it in mind that you're going to do something. The other thing my banking and finance professor taught me is Tan-Staffel sap. And that is, Tan-Staffel sap is, there ain't no such thing as a free lunch. Someone always pays. That means if you want something out of life, pay the price for it. Do what it takes to learn it, to be the best you can be. Now I'd like to talk just for a moment on sleep. I have a few minutes left. Sleep is important to handle stress. Discipline your mind to sleep better. Your body will function better the next day. And how you get ahead, how do you get a good night's sleep? When you're stressed, use tools. So, for example, limit light before you go to sleep, alcohol, don't have a heavy meal before you go to sleep, those you know. Be thankful. I think that saying thanks for all the good things in your life relaxes you and relieves anxiety, because now you're looking at all the positive things that are going on in your life. And then give your schedule to your phone, whatever your phone assistant is, Google or Siri. When you have things in your mind to do the next day, give it to the assistant to do, or write it down on paper, but get it out of your head, because then you're not trying to memorize it when you go to sleep. I think you'll find that very helpful. I do that every night. And if you get up to bed and you think of something, just put it in your phone before you go to sleep. You don't have to get up or write it down even. And then it'll remind you the next day. After you do that, you have to perhaps look for the right pillow. Some people have to have a pillow that compresses. Some want it big, depending on how you sleep. You want to support your head at night. So having a right pillow helps you sleep for sure. There's a machine called Chili that allows you to put, my nephew uses it for he and his wife. It allows coolness to go in one half of the bed and warmth to go in the other half of the bed. You can have temperatures for each of you to sleep at. If you're a couple, you can have the right temperature control, which is amazing. Use an air filter for white noise and also cools you, so you need less air conditioning. A mouth guard, if your teeth grinding, keeps you up at night. Use, believe it or not, if you wake up in the morning and there's loud noises, you can't go back to sleep, use earmuffs. Or if you sleep on your stomach or your side, for light, use a eye mask, one that easily goes around your head and won't rub against anything. I like something called a Nod Pod. It's like a heavy blanket for your eyes, and it has a cool side and a warm side. And you put it on your eye sockets, and it blocks out all light and makes you feel wonderful. It's like a heavy blanket, but for your eyes. So other than having the right things when you need it, just remember that anything you can do to relieve anxiety. When you wake up in the morning, I wiggle my toes. I find that wiggling my toes actually relieves a little stress and anxiety in the morning. It takes my mind off things and refreshing, and it gets blood circulating. And so just stretch a little bit in the morning. Stretching is so important. Stretch in the morning and do that. And then the other thing is smile in the mornings when you get up. So look out your window, find something to smile at. What I do for my friends, I have an Instagram page, Boca CEO, no space, BOCA CEO. That's my Instagram. And I don't post anything. Probably I'll put the podcast on there eventually, so I will do that. But what I have is 300 pictures of sunrises, sunsets, beautiful pictures of Europe, things that you can smile at every day. So if you want to smile and you don't have anything outside that you feel to look at, go to my Instagram, Boca CEO. Look at the pictures. You can pull up the sunrises, sunsets. You can see them right away. And enjoy and smile and take each day as a new day in your life. Each day is another chance to be the best that you can be. Thank you for listening.